Back here in Atlanta, and oh yeah, those players know exactly what's on the line here today. First place in the NFC South, and certainly one of the storylines for the Atlanta Falcons for the second week in a row is going to be its depleted secondary. It's a secondary that gave up 481 yards last week to the Bengals. Today will be without corner A.J. Terrell, safety Jalen Hawkins, and defensive coordinator Dean Pease told us he absolutely expects the Carolina Panthers to try to exploit that area. He said anything that hurts you the week before, you better be ready for. And P.J. Walker is ready. He's ready to take his shot, Kenny, and his shot will be to DJ Moore. He says get the hands and Moore, get that ball in the hands of Moore anytime, and you never know what's going to happen.
Shannon Walker getting set to make his third consecutive start. Carolina won the toss, they defer. So Eddie Pinheiro will get things started. Panthers coming off the 21-3 win over Tampa Bay last week. Avery Williams is deep for the Falcons. Punt. Early turnover by Mariota, the pick by Dante Jackson. Angeles for a game break. Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. Bears, Cowboys. Cowboys opening drive. Dak says, I'll take this one in myself. 7-yard score. Cowboys up 7-0. Kenny?
That's Carissa. Cowboys at 5-2. Bears 3-4. Top shy of the 20, and there is a flag.
Marcus Mariota, he's done such a phenomenal job with the zone read going all the way back to his Oregon days. And the reason he does so well with it is because he understands who he's supposed to read, what he's supposed to read off of. And because of that, the passing game is what really gets going. His legs, though, down in the red zone, second to none. Watch him outrun the defender for the touchdown. That's been the difference in Marcus Mariota. And when they had Matt Ryan, they couldn't do it. Bringing him in makes a big difference.
3-0 lead for the Panthers. Day before Halloween. You have your costume ready?
I'm dressing up as you, Kenny.
There you go.
Who else would I dress up as? My idol, Kenneth Gary Alberts.
Let's check in with Shannon.
Yeah, some are saying Cordero Patterson might be back next week, but the rookie Tyler Algier really making an opportunity. He told me pregame when I spoke with him, he said this has really been a blessing. He said he's learned from all of the running backs in that room. But guys, I love his mindset. He said, I always come to work with the walk-on mindset. It comes from years of the doubters, and he sure is getting it done in his rookie season.
And Shannon, he went from a walk-on at BYU to setting a school record last season with over 1,600 yards on the ground. And the former defensive back who made the switch during the offseason picks up 8 and a first down. The winner of this game will lead the division. Last time Panthers were in first place after week 8. You have to go back to their Super Bowl year in 2015. And the Falcons, their Super Bowl year, 2016.
That's how important being the division leader this late in the season, because you're not trying to figure out who your team is anymore. You know who you are. You know your identity. It's about execution and winning football games.
Parker Hess as we head to a game break with Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. Raiders at Saints. Kamara right up the middle. 3-yard score. Saints leading this one 10-0 on the Raiders. Kenny?
Thanks, Carissa. And remember, if the Saints and Panthers both win today, you'll have that 4-way tie atop the NFC South. Falcons drive 10 plays, 69 yards as Pitts celebrates with Drake London in the end zone.
that was awesome.
Andre Rison.
He likes it.
Is in the house.
Andre Rison was a bad man. There's Kyle Pitts. I know fantasy owners are just loving it, right? They don't know how to act right now. All these catches, touchdown, oh my goodness.
And for more on Pitts, Shannon.
Yeah, you mentioned that touchdown. Falcons fans certainly waiting for Kyle Pitts to get going. All 6'6", 247 pounds of him. But guys, remember I spoke with him earlier in the year. He told me the stats, all of the numbers, they don't matter that much. What matters to him are those touchdowns. He had only one touchdown coming into this season. That was number 3 on the year for Kyle Pitts.
And that touchdown last year, Shannon, was in London. This season, his first 2 touchdowns here in Atlanta.
Yeah, look at the stats today. Last week, only 9 yards on those 3 receptions. Big difference today. 38 yards, has a touchdown. Becoming a real force for the Falcons offense. Yeah, Deontay Foreman, I'm telling you, third, fourth quarter, that is going to be a problem. And you look at Deontay as in his college days, 2,000+ yards. Chuba Hubbard, who's not playing today, he also had 2,000+ yards. I mean, these are some really good, productive backs.
It's Huntley as we head for a game break. Carissa.
Thank you, Kenny. Saints Raiders. Alvin Kamara going to get his second touchdown of the day. 16 yards from Dalton. Saints up in this one, 17-0. Kenny?
Saints looking for that third win. Atlanta with 3. Tampa Bay 3 and 5. Carolina gunning for their third.
And you see the standings. Saints at the bottom. Not where you want to be when we're almost halfway through the season. They're going to keep fighting their way, try to figure out how to get back to the top.
And he picks up 6 yards and an Atlanta first down. This running game averaging 157 yards per game, most by the Falcons squad since 2006. And they've spread the wealth. Patterson, they hope to have him back next week. And they run 58% of the time. Only the Bears run the ball more. Touchdown, 3 receptions for Pitts in the first half as we hit the 2-minute warning with first place at stake. So that will do it. The Atlanta Falcons, thanks to a defensive score, have taken a 4-point lead on Marcus Mariota, leading the Carolina Panthers 14-10 as we get set for the second half. Winner takes over first place in the NFC South. Kenny Albert along with Jonathan Vilma. Big turn of events in the last minute of the second quarter. Carolina looking to get into field goal range, but the tremendous defensive play made by Lorenzo Carter.
He made a fantastic play, and it's really been a heavyweight bout. You know, been throwing blows, trading punches, and that play right there really just turned the momentum for Atlanta Falcons. When you talk about what they need to do, though, offensively, Kyle Pitts is the answer. As soon as they got Kyle Pitts involved, he was the one that was able to kind of give them the spark that they need to get the touchdown. And I love that they put him both as a tight end, he's running routes, and as a wide receiver, he's running routes. When you do that, it makes it very hard to game plan for him, especially like on that touchdown, right? They block. He uses that as an example of, okay, I know I can block. I'm going to do that, but now I can also go for the pass, and he gets a touchdown.
Now, when we spoke with players and coaches from the Falcons, and you asked the question, who is going to have a big game on Sunday, they all answered Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, and it wasn't just, Marcus Mariota. It was really Grady Jarrett, who's on the defensive side. These guys watch their players in practice. They know who's been having a really good practice. They also know for the past couple weeks who's kind of been due for a really good game. So when we asked Grady Jarrett, and he didn't hesitate, he said Kyle Pitts. I wrote that down quickly. I was like, okay, you know what? There might be something here today.
He did not mention a fellow defender.
No, not at all. Not at all.
First half numbers. Both teams running the ball well. 1 turnover on each side, and Falcons turned it into points on the interception return for a touchdown by Lorenzo Carter.
And you see the rush stats, the rush yards. That's no surprise. We know that both teams coming off the bus, they want to establish, they want to run the football. Marcus Mariota, they use him in the zone read. P.J. Walker, not so much. They'll use him sparingly. They have Mr. Foreman, who is a.k.a. Deuce Staley, a.k.a. Derrick Henry, whatever we want to call him. He's been doing a really good job for the Panthers offense running the football.
And from the 25 for Carolina, Shannon.
So Panthers head coach Steve Wilks kind of shrugged off that pick 6 by Lorenzo Carter, but did not shrug off the fact that there needs to be a better play top to bottom. He said defensively they need to tackle better. He said they just haven't been doing a good job. As far as P.J. Walker, 6 for 15 in that first half, I asked him about the connection with his receivers. He said, listen, we don't have to force it downfield on every play. He said if there's a guy open in the middle, take it. Don't always go for the big shot, so watch for that.
She's having some fun the day before Halloween here in Atlanta with the hometown Falcons leading by 1.
She was a Ghostbuster. She had called the Ghostbusters. She was helping them bust ghosts, and now just having the time of her life. She's invited to all my parties, Kenny.
Falcons will start from the 25. Some Halloween headlines. Both New York teams off to great starts. Are they for real? 6-1, 5-2. In spooky times, Jonathan, for veteran quarterbacks. And how about Geno Smith and the first place Seahawks?
Reincarnated Geno Smith.
And we mentioned A.J. Brown, 3 touchdowns. Eagles looking to go to 7-0. By the way, the Panthers have run the last 17 plays since the last time the Falcons had the football.
Versus the Bucks.
Foreman for a gain of 5. Shannon.
Yeah, Kenny, so started the game, right, talking about the depleted secondary for the Atlanta Falcons. These guys are making me look silly, right? Because they have totally stepped up today. Arthur Smith gave them a lot of credit when I spoke to him at halftime. He said the communication between those guys has been great. And Dean Marlowe, who's in for Jalen Hawkins today, I talked to him pregame. He said they took last week in that 481 yards personally. He said, as DBs, we got to have a short memory, and that's what we've done.
Actually keeping a lot of their big package in the game. Fullback, Giovanni Ricci, Ian Thomas is going to be in the game as well. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just throw another screen. They've done that a lot on 3rd and longs.
The Falcons first down to Los Angeles. Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. Cowboys, Bears. Bears staying in it against Dallas. Khalil Herbert up the middle for a 12-yard score. 2-point conversion fails. Cowboys still on top, 28-23. Kenny?
Himself.
Well, on Tuesday, the Falcons rookie class got dressed up to celebrate Halloween at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Players went room to room, spending time with patients and playing games.
That is super cool. That is so awesome.
Great job by the Falcons organization and their rookies. There's Drake London, one of them. So now Walker and the Panthers back to work. The winner will reside atop the NFC South in the standings when you open up your newspaper or go online tomorrow morning. 21-13 lead for Atlanta. New Carissa.
Thanks, Kenny. So the Cowboys already up 35-23 on the Bears. Keep an eye on Micah Parsons. We know what this guy can do. Battling. Justin Fields to Montgomery. Van Der Esch knocks the ball out. Parsons, whoop, there. No one touches him. Fields literally jumps over him. Heads up play by Parsons. Goes 36 yards for the score. Cowboys up 42-23.
Highly entertaining second half here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Winner moves into first place. Seesaw battle, and now it's the Panthers leading by 4 with just over 3 minutes remaining.
Yeah, we've gotten everything we wanted. Great running game. Offense has done well. Defenses have stepped up when they needed to. You have players that are really shining that you haven't heard about lately or haven't heard about much at all. And all of a sudden you can see the athleticism coming to shine for running backs and Deontay Foreman. Look at Marcus Mariota and what he's done. 10 for 10, 11 of 11. He's been lights out too.
Their first 30-second time.
Okay, take a look at the fourth quarter. Talk about alternating scores. Foreman gets that touchdown. Then Foreman gets another touchdown. Using that big body, getting up and down the field for that second touchdown. Then Atlanta says, okay, fine, we'll respond. Mariota to Bird, little Speedy Gonzalez, who just runs away from everyone. Gone for a touchdown. For the go-ahead score. There he is. They're still talking to him, trying to figure out how do you get so fast?
Now, if the Panthers elected to punt here, Albert in Atlanta with Jonathan Vilma and Shannon Spake, a wild second half. It was 14-10 Atlanta at halftime. P.J. Walker's numbers, Mariota, season high, 3 touchdown passes, 1 to Kyle Pitts. Winner of this game will take over first place in the NFC South. First overtime game between these franchises since 2004. Starting quarterbacks Jake Delhomme and Mike Vick. DJ Moore removed the helmet during the celebration. led to the missed extra point after his spectacular game-tying touchdown. OT up next. We hit the 2-minute warning in overtime. 3rd down and 9 upcoming for Atlanta. The Henderson pick earlier at OT. Another opportunity for Mariota after this missed 33-yard attempt. The 2 missed attempts by Carolina. Eddie Pinheiro, the 48-yard extra point attempt following the penalty. Pinheiro says, my fault, and then a 33-yard field goal attempt in overtime, wide to the left. So now here is Younghoe Koo for the win at the other end.
And for anybody asking, they purposely go for it on 3rd down. In case something happens with the snap, the hold, whatever happens, you're still allowed or afforded another down.
It's good. Falcons, first place in the NFC South. For Jonathan Vilma and Shannon Spake, I'm Kenny Albert. Coming up after this, America's Game of the Week.